Hello everyone and welcome back. Welcome to another crafty decor adventure. Olivia or Olivia's Romantic Home, and in today's video I'm going to share with you guys some DIY Dollar Tree and thrift store decor crafts. So this is another episode in my Home Sweet Home series. I love to share with you guys how you can make your home's boutique gorgeous on a budget, and recently I've been noticing a design trend that has kind of caught my eye, and it's called like a grand millennial style or a granny chic style, which I'm all about. That kind of like mixing shabby chic and traditional, and just things that you would find that are kind of handmade and quaint and lovely. So if you guys love that style and you love to craft and decorate on a budget, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you punch the bell and click all, it will update you every single time I post a new video. I post several DIY videos a week on YouTube as well as several a day over on Facebook. I love to keep you guys inspired to craft and decorate and remind you to use what you have and look forward to the future with so much joy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and plug in those glue guns, get out your glitter and paint, and let's get crafty! For this Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you how to create a really fun and easy little kind of rope basket tray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two larger Dollar Tree signs, and I used these last season and they've kind of seen better days, so I'm going to repurpose them, and I just used some popsicle sticks to glue them together. Now I'm going to run a strip of glue down the center of my sign, and I have a bunch of nautical rope left over from my crafting from spring last season, so I thought I'd put it to good use. And what I want to do is I want to use the nautical rope to create a tray that has this kind of ropey basket appearance. I got on the Pottery Barn website, and this is kind of a dupe of some of their rope baskety goodies that I see on there that are so popular. I think it's fun to add elements of rope and basket to pretty much any decor, no matter what style that you love. I just think it gives kind of a cozy feel. So what I'm doing is I'm just hot gluing the nautical rope, and what you need to do is just kind of hang on to it while it dries, and then run it down the opposite end. So you're going to hot glue a long strip and then run it down, and then hot glue the next one, and then I just kind of cut and pasted, I guess, once I got to the end of one of the strips of nautical rope, and then I just started adding the new one. So I think it took about 3 to 4 rolls of nautical rope for each side, so probably about 6 to 8 total if you're using 2 of these larger Dollar Tree signs. You can also look for Dollar Tree chargers, and those are in the dinnerware section, or you could just look at for a fun little tray that Dollar Tree already has in the shape of a tray form. That actually just popped into my brain. I didn't have any trays on hand, and I did want to make it rather large, kind of like a coffee table tray is what I was thinking, or just something I could display kind of some spring goodies on. So now I'm just finishing up the rope on this side, and then once I had that done, I had braided some nautical rope. Again, I did this last season, so this is just some of the nautical rope that I braided like you would braid your hair, and I'm going to use that to kind of accent the ends of my tray and kind of just cover up the edges. The edges weren't super bad, but they were a little bit uneven in spots, and so I added that. I thought that looked really pretty, and then I had enough left over to add little handles. So I'm just adding rope handles to my cute little tray, and then to cover up where I had kind of glued on the handles, I just used one more bit of nautical rope, and boom, I have this super little fabulous tray, and instead of costing about $50 to $100, it only costs probably about $10 or $15, depending on the size of the tray you make and the amount of nautical rope you will need. So I thought this was a fun idea, and I think it looks lovely tucked in to my little setting here with my spring floral goodies, some chinoiserie plates that we're going to do later on in this video, and my little bunny, and just kind of some spring goodies. So I hope this vignette gives you guys some ideas on how you can decorate on a budget and create a cute little rope tray Pottery Barn dupe. So for this next Dollar Tree DIY project, I want to share with you all how you can create a fabric oversized bow using one of these Dollar Tree placemats. So just take and cut the Dollar Tree placemat open, and you can really use any fabric for this project, and then take 2 of their little mini wreath forms, pop them into your little placemat, and then fold it over. So you're going to fold it over once or twice, and then you're going to add some hot glue, and that's going to make sure that it stays on really nicely and it doesn't unfurl or whatnot. So what we're doing is we're going to do one of those trendy fabric bows that I've been seeing a lot of crafters making now. I Googled how to make one on YouTube, and this was kind of the tutorial that I found. Although the lady that I saw, she just used fabric and she used the embroidery hoops, which I didn't have any of those, and we are snowed in today, so I saw these little wreath forms and I thought that would be perfect. Now to tie mine off in the center, I am just taking a zip tie and I'm tying mine gently in the center, and that's going to kind of hold it together. And then you guys could run some floral wire back behind your bow if you want it to kind of stand up and have, more of a shapeable form, or just have a bit more stiffness. You could also use a dowel rod. The next thing I want to do is I want to finish off my bow by creating a little spot in the center. So I'm using some of this buffalo check plaid ribbon. I actually had wanted to use a different ribbon. I couldn't find it. I'm really going to have to get in and reorganize some of my ribbon because you guys, it seems like every single time I organize my craft space, I end up losing things, or I don't know, misplacing them. So I'm going to really tomorrow, we're having another snow day. School's already been canceled. So I'm definitely going to get in and be organizing my craft space, and maybe I'll share it with you guys if you're interested in that. So then to create some tails, I'm just cutting another little piece of ribbon here. And I always encourage you guys to dovetail your ends of your ribbon, or at least cut them and make them to where they're not frayed. And so what I'm doing is I'm just taking the ribbon and you cross it over on itself, and then you cut the little triangle in the end. And that gives it kind of a nice little finish. And there's some tails, and you could make some jumbo tails if you wanted back behind this with another piece of fabric. So that's a fun idea. We may tackle that one in the next video. But here's how that looks. I know these are so trendy right now, these big fabric bows. Now I have it popped onto a lampshade. I think, where they would be really cute is to put them on the back of a chair. I may make some for my chairs in my living room, or dining room. But I thought it'd be cute also on a lampshade. It looks a little bit oversized and obnoxious. It'd also make a great wall decor, or on a wreath, or on a kid's bed, or oh gosh, anywhere that you guys just want an extra bow. I love big bows, and I cannot lie. It's one of my favorite things in the world to make is bows. Just bow it up. I think always adding a bow is so fun and fabulous, and a way to make things feel boutique gorgeous. For this next DIY, I want to share with you how you can make a beautiful, elegant, china-looking plate without spending the bucks. Okay, so we're going to take this chinette. This is just a chinette plastic plate. They come in decent sized packs, so you have quite a bit that you can do. And I'm just going to use some of this matte Mod Podge. I really like how this one went on. I felt like it was perfect for this project. And once you get a good, nice, generous layer, you can add on your pretty napkin. I do suggest to go ahead and take the lining of the other side of the napkin off. And I found this beautiful chinoiserie print at Tuesday Morning. They have the prettiest napkins. You can also go on Amazon or any of your favorite little paper goods sites and find some beautiful napkins. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut around this pretty napkin and just cut it out. Now, sometimes I'll add a layer of Mod Podge to the back of my plates, but I didn't do that on this one, and it seemed to be just fine. But if you have time and you want to make that extra effort, you can definitely do that. This one came out so pretty. I think this blue pattern is so beautiful, and these, blue dishes can be so expensive. Look at how it looks with my little garage sale find teacup popped on top of it. I feel like it looks really realistic. I don't feel like that you can tell at all that it is plasticky. So, maybe unless you were looking at it up close. Now, this is really for decor purposes only. You could always add just some wrapped candy on top of this type of plate, but I really wouldn't recommend, using it for any kind of real eating off of. But I think these are fun for decoration. You could also use some double-sided sticky tape and, create these on a larger scale and even decorate your walls with them. Just make sure you get the good kind that doesn't tear the paint off your walls. But I thought this was a really fun idea on how you can create a beautiful, elegant plate for really not much at all, especially if you get the pack of napkins, and there's about 25 in the pack. You can make a bunch of these plates and have a whole set and design all on your own. Now I have some larger of these plates, but I could not find them, so I can't wait until I find them and I can make some larger sizes as well.
Now here's another idea. If you get a napkin that only has a smaller print on it, you can always take your plate, and I'm just taking a marker and I'm going around the base of the plate, and I'm going to cut out the pretty print and then just Mod Podge that part of the print on the base of the plate. And then on the little lip of the plate, I'm going to add some paint. So that's an idea on how you can kind of work with things. And I do know that you can look for really beautiful napkins at Dollar Tree. I've found really pretty napkins there before. So you guys just keep your eyes out. TJ Maxx has some really beautiful napkins in their specialty section. Again, so just get creative. I also love to look at my thrift stores. You can look for tissue paper and a really pretty vintage wrapping paper. That makes some really beautiful plates as well. So I'm taking some white paint, and I just added 2 layers of the white paint on the outside of my plate, and bam, we have this beautiful, elegant plate, again, on a total budget. So I hope you guys are inspired. And I'm really starting to do some spring dreaming. Right now, currently outside of my house, it is raining ice, you guys, and it's been doing that for about an hour. I've been working to get the rooms in my house nice and warm in case we are to lose power. I don't think that we will. Hopefully we won't, but we have lost power in this area before when we get big ice storms, because the ice will go on for hours and it gets really heavy on the power lines. So crossing our fingers, we're all going to be okay and stay nice and warm. But I hope wherever you guys are at that you're staying nice and warm. Now, what colors are you going to be using for your spring decor? Since we're doing some spring dreaming right now, drop a comment down below, and that's going to be the secret question for my little giveaway. I am giving away a $100 Hobby Lobby gift card giveaway, so I want to hear your pretty ideas for spring. I know that there's a really pretty green that's the Pantone color of the year. And so I'm going to incorporate some greens and actually some blues this season. I don't know if you guys can tell already that I'm really crushing on these beautiful traditional blues. And I'm just really excited with the way that I'm going to take my decor this year. I think it's going to be really fun and fresh and kind of a little bit traditional, but mixed in with some French farmhouse chic and, you know, my little eclectic kind of a granny style is what I like to call it. Now for this Dollar Tree DIY, I want to make a really pretty chinoiserie style vase. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking one of the Dollar Tree glass vases, and I did that plate, so I thought it turned out so pretty I thought I would attempt a glass vase. So I'm taking my Mod Podge and I'm just getting a generous layer of Mod Podge all the way around my pretty vase. I use this on another project, so I'm really loving when I can repurpose and reuse these goodies. So I just gently laid the napkin down on top of the vase, and I do believe that I peeled off the white layer of lining of the napkin first. So when you're using napkins with Mod Podging, there's going to be a white layer underneath. Be careful when you pull that layer off. Sometimes I've ruined my napkins before by doing that, but that will help your project, you know, just have a little bit better, it'll just go on a little bit better because you won't be trying to glue between 2 pieces of napkin. Now, I've also left my napkin also together. It just kind of depends. Sometimes it's a little bit of a trial and error for each napkin depending upon how they're made. So I just trimmed off my napkin, and then I decided to put some pretty flowers inside. So I just have these left over from last season. I actually haven't had a chance to go flower shopping yet. So anyway, I just popped in some Dollar Tree floral foam and some of these pretty little white flowers that I found at Dollar Tree. I'm not for sure what they are. You guys comment down below if you know. I love it that so many of you all know. In my last video, I think we figured out that my little gold birds were quail. I had a lot of people comment that, so we'll go with that. But let me know what these little white flowers are. And so I'm just adding some greenery around the base of my pretty little floral here. Again, I just pulled these out quickly just to throw something in here to give you guys an idea of what it might look like. I think this vase turned out really beautiful. I mean, the glass vase was $1 and then the napkin was not that much at all. I think it was a 20 or 25 pack of napkins for about $4.99. So you get a lot of bang for your buck if you find a pattern and print that you really love. And I think it's a fun, inexpensive way to try out new colors and decor without spending a bunch of money on those type of patterns if you're not quite for sure yet. I kind of really love to do that, and then it gives me a way to be able to live with some of those ideas and craft with them, and not break the bank buying all new everything. Now I did buy some blue pieces last year. You can tell this pretty plate and the little planter, and I have a couple other things. I have some ginger jars and a couple other planters that are in this pattern, so I did enjoy it. I think blue is very fresh, and it feels like it brings a lot of vitality and newness and just calm into any space. But really, you guys, use whatever you love, have fun with it, and go for it. Now for this DIY, I want to share with y'all how you can make a quick little oversized bow using one of those pillow covers. So I love to order these pillow covers on Amazon, and I'm not really using them as pillow covers as of right now. So I thought, hey, why not make a bow with them? So I'm taking these two little plastic plates and I'm going to pop them into my pillow cover, and that's what's going to kind of give my oversized fabric bow some shape. I'm going to go ahead and zipper it back together and then fold it over. So all you have to do is fold it over and pinch it in the center, and then you can tie that off. You can also make a smaller fold, and that'll give it kind of more of like a double looped edge here, which is what I decided to go with. And then I'm just using a zip tie to kind of tie it off in the center, and bam, you have an oversized fabric bow. I think these are absolutely genius. You guys can accent it with any pretty ribbon. Here's an idea using sunflower. You can also use blue, which is what I ended up going with because I'm using some blue and yellow in my springtime decor. So I'm just taking the blue ribbon and I'm tying it off at the center, and then I gave it a little dibble dabble of hot glue. And then you can also add some tails by just running an extra piece of your bow or fabric through the front or the back. You could make a big fabric bow tail in the back if you wanted, and we'll attempt that in one of our next videos probably. Now you can add curly cues to your little ribbon tails here, or you can just let them hang down. You can match the fabric or make an accent color like I did here. But there's so many fun ideas for how you can get creative with this, and I know these big fabric bows are kind of all the rage. They're what's hot and happening and in style right now. I think they're a fun little bow for a chair bow, or a wreath bow. You can do so many things with these, but I've seen some of the designers using them. So I just thought it would be a fun idea to attempt this and give you guys some ideas on how you can do this using items you might already have. And the best thing is all you guys have to do is really use a big fabric square and just fold it. Make sure, that your ends are nice and not frayed. But it was easy using the pillow cover because it already, had the sewn ends, and you could just pop it in and then zip your plates up. Now, I've also seen people use embroidery hoops to make your loops, or you can use plates like I did, or even some of the smaller Dollar Tree wreath forms. So as always, I ask that you guys comment and let me know what was your favorite DIY in this video and which one will you be recreating. I can't wait to hear what your springtime colors are going to be, and I hope everybody is staying safe and dry and warm no matter where you're at. I know there are a lot of people getting a lot of winter weather, so I thought I'd give you guys some cheerful smiles and share with you guys Benji Bear. It's now nighttime, we're in our jammies, and he wants to introduce you guys to Tinky the cat, who is quietly napping, minding her own business, and then Benji Bear decides to wake her up. And it's a little bit blurry because it is dark in my house right now, but there's Tinky. You can tell how excited she is, not at all, for being woken up by Benji Bear. So he's going to go on about minding his own business, and I kind of lured him away with the idea of a treat and for him to really leave Tinky alone. Now sometimes they'll play, but a lot of times they just seem to like to want to harass each other. So I hope you enjoyed this little spot of Benji Bear, and I love y'all so much, and I'm so thankful to have you guys here.
So So thank you all so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafty decor adventure. It is a true blessing and honor to have you all here. For everybody that comes back and loves on me, thank you so much. You guys' kind comments and love truly means the world. I want to encourage you guys to keep up the good work crafting and decorating. Don't forget to give yourself a bit of grace because we're all doing our best in our journey with crafting, decorating, and life in general. So also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and punch the bell. Click all. That will update you every single time I post a new video. Subscribing to my YouTube channel is totally free. And go over and follow me over on Facebook. I have an Olivias Romantic Home Facebook page. We have over 1 million people over there, which is crazy to me. And we have a wonderful little free group community you guys can join if you want to share photos of your home decor and DIY projects. I love to be inspired by you guys. I love to see what everybody's up to and all of that fun stuff. And always remember, you have a voice in this world. If you're on this and watching this video, it means you have social media. So you can change the world by using your voice for good. And by doing that, I mean you can drop a kind comment in anybody's video, in anybody's post, and just be kind, or you can like and heart something. And the other way you can be kind is if there's something that you don't agree with or you don't like, just scroll up past. It's that easy. So I just want to give you guys that friendly little reminder that what you put out is a lot of times what you're going to get back. So I love y'all. I'm hugging all of your hearts so tight. Stay positive, stay kind, and be safe. And until our next video, remember, be kind to yourselves and be kind to one another. We'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye-bye.
Shows if I'm on